Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reel Me In, a movie podcast, where you didn't really ask for it, but hey, I'm going to give it to you anyways. This is a podcast where I talk about anything, everything, and, well, anything about movies. I'm your host, Chase Lee, and, guys, listen, I know that you love my voice so much, and you would rather have something jammed in your ear and make it bleed for several hours than listen to my voice, so I fixed the problem for you guys, and I actually got a guest this week, so you won't have to just scream bloody murder every time I talk. So I brought a guest along with me, and as you guys can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about Home. We're going to be talking about Dreamworks movies, and of course we got to talk about that Deadpool bearskin rug picture because it's so badass. And I'm a straight man, but if I had to go gay for someone, it'd be Ryan Reynolds. Just throwing that out there. So, like I said, guys, I'm not here by myself. I'm here with a guest, and that is Susan Kamyab of This Chick's Flicks, Irving Television, and just to let you guys know, we're actually in the same realm, and what I mean by that is she's part of, like, Dallas movie critics and stuff, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I only read two people's interviews. Susan does not know this. I only read two people's in Dallas. It is hers and Big Fanboys. They are the only.
Aww, that's so nice.
Well, you're welcome. Because everyone knows that, like, I do a lot of R-rated humor on here and stuff. So it's nice to look up to people that actually are professional about what they do. So, Susan, go ahead and tell the peeps where you are from, what you do, and how you got started.
Yeah. Hey everyone. Thanks for having me on here.
No problem.
Yeah, well, I work for Irving Community Television. It's in Irving, it's just a local station, but I'm a film critic for them and an entertainment reporter. From doing that, I started my own site, which is thischicksflicks.com, and that's where I'll add my interviews and do, like, written reviews as well for films. But I started as an intern there, as a productions intern, an ICTN. Oh, yeah, that's what the abbreviation is, but I didn't like being behind the camera so much. I wanted to do the reporting side of things, and when I discovered that we had, like, movie reviews, I went to my producer, and she basically, after I became her intern, I just worked my way up, and I get to do what I love now.
Yeah, she's pretty good, guys, and I'm actually really jealous because she actually got to interview and talk to two of my writing idols. To when I was 17, I have been looking up to him ever since, and I'm 25. She got to actually talk to Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, and I'm extremely jealous when This Is the End came out in 2013. So thank you, Susan, for making me super jealous of you.
Yeah, that's my favorite red carpet, by the way, too.
Oh, God, I watched that. It's pretty hilarious. Like, I love Seth and Evan so fucking much, and, like, she kind of goes along with it, and Seth is like so his laugh is great, he's great. She's interviewed some pretty cool people, so you should be jealous, and we'll get to all the people she's interviewed a little later when we talk about Home, because she got to interview the celebrities and I didn't, but she got first hand of it, so she'll explain that later. So guys, let's start with the news. This podcast doesn't exist without the fucking news. So, Susan, what do you want to start with? You want to start with Super Troopers 2?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so 2001 is happening, and I'm in 5th grade. And, my parents don't allow me to watch R-rated movies and whatnot. And so Super Troopers comes out, and, me as a prepubescent young little boy, I really want to see, cursing and boobs and drugs. And so, I saw Super Troopers when I was in the 5th grade, and I really liked it a lot. And so I've been following Broken Lizard, the guys that have made Super Troopers, for quite a while now. And the rest of their movies are so-so, but Super Troopers was by far the best one they've ever done. And so we have been clamoring for a sequel for years. Guys, that was in 2001. It is 2015. Where the fuck is it? Well, I'll tell you where the fuck it is. They released an Indiegogo trailer, and so it's basically the guys, they're in their suits and whatnot, and so they're explaining, like, you raised the money in 24 hours, we'll make the movie, and if you go beyond the money that they're asking for, they'll make it even better. They asked for $2 million. I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe a month it would probably take them. They raised $2 million and well over that in 24 hours.
Insane.
So you're telling me that people want a sequel. I'm super stoked for this. I can't wait for it. I think they start shooting this summer, and then it'll come out next summer. And I couldn't be more excited. Susan, did you like the first Super Troopers, and are you looking forward to the second one?
I actually never saw the first one.
What are you doing here?
What?
Do you need to get off right now and go watch it and then come back?
I know. Everyone's always told me I need to see it. I just know so much about it, but I mean, I will watch it, especially now that there's going to be a sequel. But it looks funny. I just never got around to it. But now with all this hype, I'm like, I guess I better get on it.
Okay, fine. But that's your homework for the next year and a half is to at least watch the first one. So
I have a long list of movies I must see, and that's actually on there.
Okay, good. Because that movie has so many quotable lines. You're going to... Like, that's where the whole... the meow game, like, meow. Like, so replace, like, the word now with meow. So when they would pull people over in the movie, they'd be like, do you know how fast you were going, right, meow? And like they have it go back and forth for quite a while, and the driver's like, I'm sorry, did you say meow? Like a cat? And he's just like, Are you questioning me, right, meow? it's so great.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't think it is, but then again, I've searched stuff on Netflix that you can literally, like, you didn't even know were on there. It's like, this is like in the dark depths of Netflix and you found it. So, I mean, you could find the first Super Troopers. But I would highly, if you like R-rated raunchy comedies, this is the one for you. So, Super Troopers 2, guys. If you're excited to see it, let me know or let Susan know. My Twitter is @RealChaseLee. You can talk to us there. And Susan's is This Chicks Flicks. It's got like 500 X's in it. So, you know, just tweet her if you have any questions. But, you know, I'm super excited. And it's really cool that it raised that much money. So, you know, props to it. So, next story, let's talk about Ready Player One. Now, I had no idea what this book was, but it's come to fruition that it's going to be produced and directed by Steven Spielberg. Now, I don't know the exact synopsis of the book, but what I can tell you is it's like I guess they say it's like kind of like a Tron Legacy, where it's like they kind of dive into games and whatever, and it kind of blurs the line of reality and, you know, fantasy or whatever. So it sounds interesting, and I mean, Steven Spielberg is definitely no stranger to science fiction. So without knowing anything from the book, I'm actually kind of excited for it, just because, you know, it's Steven Spielberg. I mean, come on, yeah. He's fucking Spielberg. So I mean, what do you have to say about all this?
I mean, I like Tron, so if it's like Tron, that's fine. I guess I'm just gonna trust Steven Spielberg. I don't know much about it, but at the same time, this whole, like, I guess is it? Because I'm assuming it's like a sci-fi, right?
Yeah, supposedly it's kind of like science fiction.
Yeah, it can go either way. It's either gonna be like a bomb, like Jupiter Ascending, or it's going to be something that's good, so I guess we'll just wait and see.
Wait a minute. Are you fucking telling me that Channing Tatum with elf ears and Mila Kunis is wooden acting and Eddie Redmayne like having like asthma problems? You're telling me that was not a classic, ma'am?
Oh yeah, it was a classic for like 1 week. I'm pretty sure it was in theaters for like 1 week, right?
It really was. It was only there for like max 2 weeks. I'm not even kidding.
That whole movie, the whole time I was watching, I was just like, this is so bad. I can't even describe how bad this movie is. It was beyond... I was just thinking this was a waste of visuals. And that could possibly happen with this Ready One. Is that what it's called?
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. So I don't know. That's why I'm always cautious before going into a sci-fi, because sometimes they focus way more on the visual effects than the actual storyline. And... But
then again, Steven Spielberg is not the Wachowskis, so, you know, they focus too much on the visuals and not really give two flying, you know, rat shits about the story. But I mean, that's just full disclosure, guys. Jupiter Ascending fucking bombed. They are not working in Hollywood for a very long time. So, Ready Player One, I'm excited about it, even though I don't know anything about it. It just sounds interesting. So, Steven Spielberg, my man. So, the next piece of news is a Lego movie news. Jason Segel and Drew Pearce are writing and directing a Lego spinoff. Now, before I get into this, I like the first Lego movie, and I'm assuming you did too.
I loved it.
Okay. I do not mind a sequel, and I do not mind a Batman spinoff. But why in the hell are we having 4 spin-offs and movies about Legos, and we've only had the first one? Now, I can understand, like, after the second one, they can kind of branch off, but Warner Brothers, slow the fuck down, please. Like, it's too much to handle sometimes, and you know what? The only reason I'm going to give this a shot is because of Jason Segel. Like, if anyone has seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall, the guy is a brilliant comedic writer and actor, so, and then, you know, he wrote and starred in The Muppets, and he really cared about that project. He was super passionate about it. So I'm assuming he's super passionate about this one. So I'm excited only because of Segel, but Warner Brothers, listen, if you ever, like, if Kevin Sujihara is trapped in a warehouse somewhere, and, like, they put a gun to his head and they say, do you want to, like, die a slow death or listen to Real Me and Cole in the Movie Podcast, and you listen to this right now, you need to slow the fuck down. I realize that the first Lego movie made a shit ton of money, but just please, like, I can get overloaded with movies sometimes, like comic book movies sometimes. Sometimes there's just too much, and you gotta slow down a little bit. I mean, I don't know. Am I crazy, Susan, or, like, what do you think?
No, you have a point. No, that I definitely, because I think I heard about, didn't they first say the Batman one was coming out even before they said the second movie, or did they not?
Exactly. Yeah. No, they announced that Batman spinoff, like, within, like, the first weekend of the first movie, because it's just like, oh, he's a popular character, let's make a movie around it.
Yeah, see, I wasn't as crazy about that when I first heard that. I was like, really? Like, I thought they'd go first with a sequel. So I'm excited about the sequel. I don't know so much about the Batman thing, but I'm definitely stoked that Jason Segel's in charge of it, because I do think he's, like, a comedic genius.
Yeah.
So. But I agree with you. I think they're milking it because the Lego movie made so much money and it was such a hit, and they know they already have an audience, so it's gonna do well. Both of those films are gonna do well, at least the first week.
Yeah. If Segel was not involved, I wouldn't give 2 flying shits, but, like, you know,
you can still watch.
I mean, I'll still watch it, and it'll be fine. And you're right. Like, I can bitch about it as much as possible, but it's a Lego movie. We're still gonna go see it.
Yeah.
And I kind of have to brag for a second because, Susan, what's happening in a week and a half in Dallas?
Week and a half in Dallas. Am I missing? Oh, is it Dallas International Film Festival?
Yes, it is. And okay. Are you going to it?
Yeah.
So me and Susan will be there, you know, doing movies and whatnot. I don't know if you know this, but they reported this on the Dallas Film Society page. Speaking of Lego Movie, they said they are going to bring down Phil Lord and Chris Miller for a day.
Oh, seriously?
Exactly, right? That's the reaction I had. I was like, I need to get in that fucking theater.
Maybe I did read that. I don't remember. But they've sent so much stuff. They've been really promoting the John Landau stuff. So
yeah. No, like, yeah, they've been promoting that, and then just... This one kind of flew under the radar. I was like, whoa, did I read that right? They're coming to Dallas? So
what? Are they coming for a specific screening?
For the Lego movie.
Wait, you're not for Diff.
No, actually for Diff. Like, they're screening the Lego movie, I think, at, like, 11 a.m. on a certain day, and I think they're going to come down and kind of talk to people. From what they said was, it was super hard to get them, obviously, because they're fucking busy, but, like, they said they got them for, like, 26 hours or something like that, so I don't know about you, but I want to try to get in there.
Well, I didn't even know that they were... Yeah, no, I would for sure if I can go, absolutely.
So, all my, people across the country that listen to this, I'm sorry, but you should be fucking jealous. I want... These guys are... They're comedic, like, legends right now in the comedy world right now, so I'd probably squeal like a little girl if I got to meet them, so...
You'd probably get to meet them, too. Diff is really, they're a little bit... unless they're tight security, but if they're cool about that, they may actually do meet and greets.
Well, you know what's really cool is, like, besides you and me, who the fuck knows what they look like? They don't. So, like... I know what they look like, so if I saw them on the street, I'm totally going up to them. But, like, I don't think, like, an average moviegoer knows what they look like.
Yeah, because they're not, like, Yeah,
they're not super well known. They're only super well known in like the movie culture and geekdom, like because Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Lego Movie, 21 and 22 Jump Street. These guys are on fire. Like So anyways, I had to bring that up. So now you're even more excited for it. So.
Definitely, I want to find out when they're coming. I need to check I can't wait to get the schedule. I need that book that they give us so I can start circling and scheduling accordingly.
What? You haven't done that already? I've already done that.
You got the book?
I didn't get the book out? They have it on online, the schedule.
Well, I have the schedule online. It's just way... But is it like everything is on there now?
Yeah, everything.
I gotta look at it again.
Yeah.
I like it being in my hand. I usually get it when the diff party, like before.
Yeah.
It starts. That's when I grab it and I do all the stuff, but whatever.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of movies coming out at that festival, and, maybe if Susan's okay with it, but, I probably... Either that first Sunday of the festival or like the second Sunday, I'm definitely doing a podcast over everything I see. So if you are available and you got some free time, we'll talk about some movies then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tangent aside, that's the piece of news with the Lego movie. So sorry to go off on that tangent, but I had to fucking rub it in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the next piece of news is kind of weird, but I'm okay with it, kind of. Bradley Cooper is going to direct a movie. He's going to direct A Star is Born. I know nothing about that, but I do know that I think Clint Eastwood was on the project, and since they worked together on American Sniper, I think Clint was like, I don't want to fucking work on this movie. Here you go, Mr. Brad C. Like, fucking take it. Like, I don't...
Sounded like him for a second.
I do some pretty good impressions, Susan. If you throw any... celebrity my way, I can probably do it. My favorite one is Mark Wahlberg. So, hey Susan, how you doing over there? Hey, so we're gonna talk about some news, okay? Hey, so about this Bradley Cooper thing, directing A Star is Born. Hey, that's kind of cool, man. I was in Transformers 4. I was an actor.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
that was like dead on. That was insanely good.
I mean, Susan, you do know that I do comedy most of the time. Like this is my bag.
It was really good though. I did not know about your impressions thing. Most of the time when people say they can do impressions, they like half do it, and you're like, oh yeah, that was decent. That was straight up. I thought I was like watching Fear.
Yeah, no, it's people get freaked out over the Mark Wahlberg. It's just I like doing it. But yeah, if you throw any celebrity, I will try my best. But anyways, A Star is Born. I don't know much about it, but we're kind of mainly focusing on the Bradley Cooper directing type thing because. Mm-hmm. He's been nominated how many times for an Oscar? I think it's 3. So, and he's a star. Like let's make no mistake about it. Like he is a big fucking movie star, and so him directing a movie, because I'm gonna be honest. Like when I heard about Don John and Joseph Gordon-Levitt writing and directing, I was like a little hesitant at first. But when I saw the movie, I was like, it didn't blow me away, but I was like. That was a good first effort, like a damn good first...
I liked it for a first film, for sure.
Yeah, no, so like, am I a little hesitant? Sure. But like, Bradley Cooper directing it, this is the guy that can do comedy and drama. He can do everything. I think he can pull it off, but I'm still kind of a little hesitant at first. I mean, what do you think about it?
Yeah. I'm excited to see it because I love... when actors do it just to see if they're actually good or not, because I think like Ben Affleck's good.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's fantastic, and that's something I would have never thought had he not done it or whatever. And yeah, like you said, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, solid effort. I'm really curious if, like, I don't know, I feel like Bradley Cooper's either gonna bomb or be great. Yeah. I don't feel like there's going to be an in the middle with him.
I totally agree with you. I think he's either going to knock this out of the park or it's going to fall so flat that he actually might take a step back and go, yeesh, maybe this is not for me.
Yeah, but I do too. I don't know, and I'm looking up because I don't know what A Star is Born either. So is this like some old flick that he's remaking? Because that's all I'm seeing is like a Judy Garland movie.
Is it an old movie? Because like I said, I'm not too positive on it.
It looks like an old musical. I'm hoping this is not what he's doing, but I don't know. There's maybe it's just something completely we don't know. Good for Bradley Cooper for trying. I can't wait to see how he does.
Yeah, I think I think the better word for this entire story is, like, I'm just curious. I'm kind of curious to see, like, how he's going to direct a fucking movie. Because, like, listen, just because you can fucking act does not mean you can direct a movie. Yeah. Listen, people always forget. I might be a film critic. I also went to film school, ladies and gentlemen. I have a degree in it. And I can tell you right now, they're two completely different fucking things. A director's job is to get the best performance out of an actor. An actor is basically a trained monkey. It's you basically do whatever the director says. And so it's hard, because I've done projects before where I've attempted to direct, very poorly, but I mean, like, it's hard to, like, get a really good performance out of an actor. It really is, because that acting is not easy, guys. So, yeah, I'm more curious than anything. So that's that piece of news. So, Susan, there was a couple of pictures that came out online. Which one do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Jesse Eisenberg or Ryan Reynolds?
Let's go with Jesse Eisenberg, because that one was awesome. Well, they're both awesome, but I'm a Superman fan, so.
So you're more of DC then?
What?
You're more of, like, a DC fan?
Yeah,
okay.
I think I am.
So I'm more of a Marvel fan, so,
I love Marvel, though.
I mean, I'm more of a Marvel fan, so, I mean, if you want to duke it out and have a fight in the school parking lot, that's totally fine. I mean,
but I will tell you, Marvel has made better films than DC.
Whoa. Did you like Man of Steel?
I hated
Oh, fuck no. Okay.
I hated it.
Listen, when I had my Man of Steel podcast, 2 years ago, I liked the movie a lot, actually.
You liked it or loved it?
I loved it, actually. Oh. I will stand my ground. And I'm telling you this, it is the best adaptation we've had of Superman.
Oh.
Yeah, I disliked the 70s and 80s versions. They were
Christopher Reeves?
So campy and so cheesy. I'm so glad
It's time.
No. I refuse to believe that. No. Anyway, we're going off topic. Jesse Eisenberg is going to play Lex Luthor, and I remember when I first told you guys on this podcast, I like it. I like Jesse Eisenberg. I want to see what he can do with the character. So they released a bald picture, and I'm going to be honest, there's really not much you can analyze. It's just Jesse Eisenberg bald, staring into the camera with a black and white, color grade on it. It's really nothing special, but it is kind of cool to see him bald, because we didn't know if he was going to be bald or if he was going to have hair or not. So I think it's really cool. So I'm excited for it, because, like, even though you're more DC and more Marvel, I'm still excited for all of DC's slates. Like, I'm super stoked for Batman v Superman. And I'm kind of curious to just see what they do with it. But yeah, I mean, it's just Jesse Eisenberg bald. There's really nothing more you can kind of do about it. So I mean, do you have anything to add?
No. I mean, yeah, I agree. I love the picture. I loved it when they announced that he was going to be Lex Luthor. I was like, I'm pretty sure he can do it. And seeing that picture just was like, yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
No, it gets you super stoked, and I think we're all just, like, clamoring and waiting for that fucking first trailer, Warner Brothers. Give it to us.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine. Like,
it's gonna blow people's minds. It's gonna be awesome. And you know what? I've been on board since day one with Batfleck. I think Ben Affleck is a fantastic actor, and you cannot hold Daredevil or Giggly on his head.
Giggly?
I call it Giggly. He retired for like 5 years after that movie because it completely destroyed him, and he came back strong and he directed movies. So, like, actors can redeem themselves, guys, so fucking give them a shot. Jeez.
That's the thing, is, like, everyone was so pissed when he was, like, I covered Comic-Con. Every time I cover Comic-Con, there's been a few booths that says, like Ben Affleck for Batman, like, no. Like, that's with a shirt. Like, they're selling shirts that say, like, no for Ben Affleck as Batman. And I'm just like, that's ridiculous. Has he not proven that he's a great actor, a great director, a producer, everything? Like, I think he's capable of this.
Yeah, no, you and I are rational. I think that's what it comes out to be. Because we can step back and go, you know what? We haven't seen a frame of this movie yet. We have no idea how he's going to be. Yes, we could be completely wrong. We could go in there and be like, ooh, maybe that was kind of a wrong choice. But as of right now, I'm totally okay with it. So, yeah, it's Jesse Eisenberg bald. There's really nothing more you can analyze. But there was a second picture that came out. And this one gets me super pumped for the movie. It is insane. And that would be Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds tweeted out this photo of him in the Deadpool suit. in front of a fireplace doing like one of those like Playboy poses on a fucking bearskin rug. And it is the most hilarious thing, and it sets that tone perfectly for Deadpool. So that picture is amazing. The suit looks awesome. It looks exactly like the comics, even though I have not read the comics. I know enough about the character, the material, to know like that's exactly what that suit looks like. And Deadpool is kind of like, he's self-referential, like he breaks the fourth wall all the time. He's very funny. He's darkly comedic. It's super violent. So I think with this bearskin rug photo, it completely captures it, and I'm just super stoked for it. And it comes out a month before Batman v Superman, actually. So fucking Deadpool. It's gonna be great. So what did you think about the Deadpool picture?
Yeah, that picture was awesome. It was hilarious. It was very Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly, right?
I was just like, oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what's really funny is like I've always liked him as a comedic actor. He just hasn't really done much. Like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The first thing I ever saw him in was his first big one, Van Wilder. That came out in 2002, 2003. I was in like middle school, high school, so I thought that was like one of the better National Lampoon movies than most of them. And Ryan Reynolds completely sold that character, and so I want to see him in more comedic roles. And I think mixing his comedic timing with a comic book movie, it's like a fucking marriage in heaven. It just sounds. Oh, I'm salivating, guys. I'm getting some nerdgasms over here. Just all collectively, let's nerdgasm, let it out, release. So the picture looks awesome. I cannot wait for it. I can't wait for the first trailer for that one too. So
yeah,
it's gonna be so good.
It has to be better than Green Lantern. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. Green Lantern was a steaming pile of horse poop, and when your movie has a villain that like resembles like a really huge fart cloud, I mean, it's just you're not going to get anywhere in life. So Warner Brothers, you fucking missed the mark on that one. However, I mean, it's coming back in 2020, right? That's when the Green
Lantern?
Yeah. Do you not know about the DC slate?
Well, I figured he was coming back for like his own movie.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. In their DC slate, the one that they announced like a few months back, they had everything scheduled out to 2020, and so like one of the last movies they had on their list was Green Lantern, and it was like Green Lantern and Cyborg, and I was like, oh cool, so they're going to take another stab at it. So I'm totally down with it. So yeah, Ryan Reynolds, man, you keep doing your thing. This is going to be your franchise, sir. This is going to be it for you. I can feel it. So
yes.
That is the news portion, guys. Sorry we went a little long, but you know what? Susan's a great guest, and when we start talking, it's just sometimes we can get carried away, and that's what makes it fun for you guys. I don't want to have this all fucking military-like and everything's on a dot. No, this is a laid-back thing, so if we go a little long, it's okay. I got the hours to cover it, so that is the news for this week, guys, and if you have any comments or questions about any of the news, comment that place, drop below my voice and let me know. So let's talk about some trailers, Susan. There was a lot of good ones that came out. I was actually really surprised. I want to talk about Slow West first.
Slow West?
Did you see that one?
No. What is Slow West?
Well, let me tell you this. It is actually going to be playing at DIF, and so I want you to listen and see if I can try to convince you that it's something you can probably check out. So, Slow West.
I see that Michael Fassbender's in it, so I'm already
Yes. Sold. Yeah, no. Fassbender's in it. Ben Mendelsohn, which is a fantastic Aussie actor. Cody Smith McPhee, the kid from Hugo. And it's some random little girl. But, like, the trailer was really cool. It's a Western. And it's very slow paced, and you can kind of feel like that slow burn it's going to probably deliver. And it looks really cool and gritty. It's shot well. I love the cinematography in the trailer. It looks really awesome, and I'm really stoked that it's coming to DIF. So, I think it looks really great, and I'm a huge fan of westerns when they're done right, and I think this one, since Fassbender's in it, and I think he plays, if I remember correctly, he plays like an outlaw or something. Like he's kind of like on the wrong side of the coin a little bit, and he kind of helps Cody Smith McPhee on his journey or whatever. So, Slow West, guys, if you guys are into westerns, I would highly implore you to check out this trailer. It looks really cool. So, Susan is coming to DIF, so maybe I just convinced you to check it out.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, I'm really stoked. So Slow West, guys, Western. Next one, I'm gonna save this one towards last because it fucking blew my mind. The next one is dope. It was a minute and a half, but the reason why I want to bring this up, because I usually don't talk about teaser trailers that much. Mm-hmm. It really set like this really cool retro like 90s tone. It was like super colorful. There was a lot of graphics to it. It didn't really explain the story, but it really captured that tone for it. And I've heard a lot of good things from it coming out of Sundance.
Yeah, I had heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, so like it comes out in June, I believe, in Dallas and probably a bunch of other markets. But it looks kind of cool. And because usually when people hype up Sundance movies, I get kind of skeptical. But like when I see the trailer and it's like, okay, I can change my mind. Kind of like with Whiplash. People hyped the shit out of that. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, I'm fucking ready for it. And then when I saw it, I was like, best movie of 2014. So,
so good.
It's so good. So any hype that comes out at Sundance, I'm actually kind of okay with now. So the Dope trailer, it was super colorful. The characters were like... they look like extras in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like they're so colorful and like their hairdos are really cool. It looks cool. So I mean, I don't know. There's really not much to talk about. Just check it out, guys, if you're into like kind of retro-y movies. So Dope. The next one, this one, it kind of put a smile on my face, even though the subject matter is kind of really dark, and it would be Maggie. That's the trailer with Abigail Breslin and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, fuck. Another Schwarzenegger movie? Well, hold on. Hold your fucking pants, ladies and gentlemen. This movie shows a dramatic side of Schwarzenegger, and I really liked it. And he actually did a shot where the camera was on close up. He did the one tear shot where like you saw the tear roll down his cheek, and it was like, oh, I feel for you, Arnold. I fucking feel for you, man. So, it basically, it's not. I think it's a zombie apocalypse, and so a disease outbreaks from it. And Abigail Breslin is Arnold's daughter, and she gets infected. It looks like it's gonna be more of like a human story between a father and his daughter, rather than just like a gore fest. And Arnold barely had any lines in the trailer. He showed emotion through his face a lot, and I really like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be something completely different because his action movies have not been doing well. The Last Stand, even though I enjoyed it for what it was, bombed. The Escape Plan, bombed. Expendables 3, bombed. Terminator Genisys looks like shit. So, I mean, maybe Maggie will kind of help him. So, I mean, did you see the Maggie trailer?
I didn't watch it. I knew it came out, but that was one I actually avoided on purpose because I was like, this is probably going to be shit. I really did think that.
Yeah.
I read the synopsis, like, this is zombie apocalypse, but I guess if you're saying it's a good trailer, maybe I'll check it out. I really enjoyed it, and it's, like I said, it's something he's really haven't either done in a long time or never done before, and he really exudes a like emotional side of him, and I kind of enjoyed it. To be honest with you, could you have gotten any actor to play that role? Of course, but I mean, it's really cool that, what I really like about Arnold is that he keeps going. Like, he doesn't care about bad reviews or whatever. He tries new things and he keeps going, and you gotta admire the guy for that. So I mean, and listen, guys, I'm not shitting on Arnold. I love old Arnold movies, but this one looks different enough to where like I'm kind of excited for it rather than Terminator Genisys, because it's spelled with a Y and not a fucking I. Whoever was the fucking 5-year-old that wrote that title, you failed first grade. Go back to school. So, anyways, I'm going on a tangent. I'm not going to get on that again. The next trailer was the second trailer for Entourage. Not going to lie, Susan, audience, I have not seen a lick, a frame, anything of the show, but neither have I.
The trailer looks good, though. It looks funny. Like, I kind of dig the, like someone described it as lifestyle porn, where it's like you just kind of want to see these guys live this luxurious lifestyle for an hour and a half. I think it looks funny. I like all the celebrity cameos in it that I saw so far. I don't know. Maybe it's just the trailer. Maybe it's just because there's not many good comedies coming out. But this one actually looked funny. I mean, did you see the newest trailer?
I didn't know they came out with the second. I saw the first.
What did you think of the first trailer?
was good. I mean, like I said, I've never seen the show, so I was like, but it gets me enough to where I would want to watch the movie. I almost am tempted to see the show. If it's
I know,
on
right?
Netflix, I'd probably watch it.
Exactly. So Netflix, if you're listening to us, please buy the fucking rights to Entourage. Like, listen, I realize that you don't buy HBO shows, but the trailer of the movie actually makes me want to see the show. So
yeah,
yeah, I know it looks like a fun, good time, and it's actually it was one of my most anticipated comedies of the year, and just because it just
really?
Yeah, it looked good, and so. Because, I'm the comedy guy, and, like, I love watching all types of comedies, and most of them suck ass, get hard. But, I mean, like, Entourage looks cool, so, like, I really want to kind of check out the show at some point, so it entices me to see it. So, I mean, I guess that is its job. So, the last trailer, super excited to talk about, Southpaw.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal, boxing movie.
It's a good one to save for last.
I am fucking in. I've seen the trailer. I don't want to see any more. I am super stoked. Listen, guys, I've been a fan of Gyllenhaal since Bubble Boy. Yeah, you fucking heard me.
Really?
Yeah.
Bubble Boy?
I think he's...
Donnie Darko.
I mean, listen, I love Donnie Darko, but, like, Bubble Boy, like, it's such an obscure role for him. Like, that's one of the ones that you remember the most. And, like, yeah, it was a goofy movie, but, yeah, Donnie Darko, Prisoners, Enemy... Nightcrawler, the guy's on fire right now, and I'm just really glad.
Give it some like major credit for Prisoners because that movie was so underrated that year.
Yeah, I listen. I was on board when they nominated it for cinematography because Roger Deakins is the shit, but they should have nominated Gyllenhaal, Jackman, or even Dano for some type of acting award. Would they have won? Probably not, but they should have been nominated. So. Gyllenhaal, man, the Southpaw trailer. I'll let you take this one first. What did you think of the trailer?
I was blown away by that trailer. I'd heard about the movie because I knew they were talking about him getting in shape and stuff, but like I didn't, because I guess the first part of that trailer kind of gives you. I don't know if you want to. I feel like I'm giving a spoiler away, but it's in the trailer. Just like obviously, Rachel McAdams' character is gonna like die or something, but that's like. I feel like I watched the movie, like the first part of the movie already, and then clearly so much more is going to happen, and I don't know. I was just like blown away. His acting looks incredible. He just looks like he's going to transform again. He's constantly been transforming. Nightcrawler was incredible, and I really hope that this would be his movie that he'll at least get recognized for come award season.
I have this discussion with people all the time. It's not anyone's fault that they don't win the Oscar. It's just it gets competitive. It really does. And so, listen, I love Leonardo DiCaprio as much as the next guy. But when he's in a category with like a Daniel Day-Lewis or a Chiwetel Ejiofor or Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club, he's going to get shut out. I'm sorry, but he is. And I love Leo, and he's going to probably win the Oscar one day, but...
Maybe.
Well, when he's in a year with, like, really competitive, acting, it's hard to break through. So, like, and I think Gyllenhaal, he might get nominated, but I don't think he's going to win, only because, Tom Hardy and Leo are actually in The Revenant, from, Inarritu or whatever, so... It's just going to be another stacked year again. So I don't know. Hopefully he does, because it looks like this, like, what was I going? Like today's Rocky,
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Rocky kind of. It kind of reminded me of like when Sylvester Stallone.
But like really dark, really dark.
Oh, I know, right? It's super. And it's like Susan said. It's not a spoiler. Like they literally give it away in the fucking trailer that she dies. I gotta admit, I wish they didn't show that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they didn't. I was like really surprised. Like this would have been fine saved in the movie, but I guess then we would have been confused because clearly it's a big father-daughter thing. Like the child's going to be taken away from him, so maybe that's the more point of the story is like his relationship with his daughter.
See, that's what I was thinking, because like once they killed her off in the middle of the trailer, it's like, oh, they're really focusing on the daughter now. It's like, hey, if that's the route of the movie, then I guess the marketing makes sense, but why'd you show that? Like, it just seemed like a really key, pivotal moment in the movie. So,
like we could have just been confused. Like, had they not shown her dying in the movie, we could have just been like, well, "What's going on?" Like, maybe the wife left. I don't know. It's a little unnecessary, especially for like a first trailer. That was the first trailer, right? Like,
yeah. Well, you know what's strange is that, like, we have no idea if she dies within the first 5 minutes, halfway through. We don't know. So, like, what if she does die within, like, the first 10 minutes? Then, you know, it's okay at that point because it's like there's so much more after that. But we don't know. But I'm totally with you. I hate when fucking trailers just spoil shit like that. So, other than that, Jay Gyllenhaal on fire. He's going to... I believe this performance will top Nightcrawler. And Nightcrawler was outstanding, and that was actually the pinnacle of his career. I think Southpaw will top that.
I think so, too. Well, I think here's... Nightcrawler, I always call it was a performance movie. Really not much happens in Nightcrawler. Like, that is just all Jake Gyllenhaal killing it in the acting-wise. But Southpaw looks like there's a real story, and...
Well, I mean, Nightcrawler had a story. Like, you know what's really interesting? Like... The story wasn't, like, super elaborate, but I liked Lou Bloom as a character, because if you really look at him in Nightcrawler, he's a smart dude. He just makes the wrong decisions. So, like, morally, he's terrible. But, like, you know, brain-wise and, you know, smarts and everything, like, if you physically, like, see everything, hear everything, he is a smart businessman. He just makes shitty decisions. So, like, He had definitely one of the more interesting characters of the entire year of last year. But yeah, I think Southpaw is gonna. Whoo! I can't wait. So that's it for the trailers, guys. What was your favorite trailer of the week? Comment that place where I'll upload my voice and let me know. So let's get into the meat of this podcast because you know, Susan's falling asleep. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. So Home and Get Hard came out this week. I'm tired of talking about Get Hard because I've reviewed it 4 times now. Once for another channel, once for my channel, once for the website I write for. So I'm tired of talking about it. So I figured we talk about Home this time. Funny thing, since me and Susan are in the same critic realm in Dallas, there was a red carpet premiere of Home, and Jim Parsons was there, Rihanna was there, Tim Johnson, the director, and some random people, but they were the 3 primary people. So there was a red carpet premiere. People got to interview them, and then the movie played afterwards. Susan actually got to interview people. I did not. She did not see the movie. I did. So I'll let you go first. I'm going to just kind of ask you questions and stuff. Like, yeah, we'll just do it like that. So, and then you can ask me questions about the movie. So, first of all, where were you in the red carpet line? Because I was near the, like, tail end in the back, so where the hell were you at?
I was at the very front.
Okay, that's exactly why she got to interview people.
Can I just say, I got really, really lucky because this whole thing, this was a big red carpet.
Yeah, it really was.
It was the woman, Cheryl Jackson, who's from Plano, Texas, she won a contest through Good Morning America. So, legit, like, Extra and Entertainment Tonight were right next to me on the red carpet.
See,
like, they're not
that's
there
really cool.
Normally.
Yeah,
when we have Dallas red carpets.
Yeah, no, so, that's honestly, like, the coolest thing when you're standing, like, next to, like, really big journalism outlets like that.
I almost wish I kind of regret it. I wish I took, like, pictures with them because I was like, how cool would it have been to have, like, my ICTN mic next to ET and Extra?
Yeah.
Like, it would have been insane. But yeah, so it was, I got lucky just because they actually didn't have my name on the list, even though I RSVP'd to the woman, and I was like, well, I'm not lying, here's the email, and she was like, okay, that's fine, and she walked me up, because when you are TV, I think they just have, like, the rule, like, you're going to be where all the TV cameras are or whatever, but they were just like, well, maybe there's a spot right here, and it was, like, right next to WFAA, it was literally, like, Entertainment Tonight, Extra, WFAA, and then, like, me, like, ICTN, Irving Television.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy.
Who did you get to interview first?
That's where I was.
Who'd you get to interview first?
First, it's Tim Johnson.
The director?
Tim Johnson was the director. He was really... It's funny because I felt like a lot of the people, they didn't care about him, which is crazy to me because I'm like, he's the director of the movie. People show some respect.
Susan, like what year were you born?
88.
Okay, so she's 2 years older than me, but like we were born around the same era. Do you remember fucking Ants?
Yeah.
I love that fucking movie. He directed that movie, so he directed a movie from my childhood. I would love to talk to that guy.
I own that on VHS, actually.
I do too. So no, that would have been really cool to talk to Tim Johnson. So like, I'm glad that you actually got to stop him and like interview him and stuff. So what questions did you ask him? What did he say about the movie?
Well, okay, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, no, he was so nice. I just say he was a really nice guy, and a lot of people weren't like ready for him, and I was like, yeah, we'll take him for sure. And sorry, and I'm trying to think. So pretty much, we talked about I asked him how it was to be in Dallas. I asked him how. I'm distracted because my dad's right behind me. I asked him. It's really hard to remember. Well, I guess I asked him what he hoped audiences gained from the film, which was how I didn't realize it was a 7-year project at all, and he was really passionate about it, and just that he'd hoped, I guess, the message of how we prejudge people and how sometimes if you don't like someone, they could end up being your best friend.
Yeah.
So, and I think I asked him what home meant to him too, which people were asking him, I'm sure that so many times, but just being yourself with somebody is his answer.
That's really, I would love to talk to Tim Johnson, because like one of the questions I would have asked him if I got a hold of him was, I was going to ask him about Ants, just because I loved Ants, because I remember the rivalry back in the day between it and A Bug's Life, and so I want to ask him, like, hey, so how did it feel like you were going up against fucking Pixar, sir? And he'd probably be like, I was, like, so, but, who'd you get a hold of?
I didn't get to interview Tim Johnson. I'm actually, because I heard he was one that was trying to make his rounds to everybody. Like, I know a lot of radio people got him.
No, like, you know the whole, like, walkway where I was at? Like, basically the tail end of the red carpet? No one came to any of us.
Nothing? Oh.
Yeah, they shut out like 25 people. But like I said, I was totally fine. Guys, I don't get butthurt if I don't get to interview a celebrity, like, especially when it's that busy, like a red carpet, because I really like me and Susan really like, you know, one-on-ones and round tables. We're fine with that, but like red carpets are ridiculous, man. So I don't get upset. But like, who was the second person you got to talk to?
So then I got Cheryl Jackson, who was the contest winner, and just basically the same stuff. Like, she was excited and things like that. And then I got Jim Parsons was huge. That was, honestly, I don't even think I was supposed to get Jim Parsons. Let's just say Rihanna was not going to happen, people.
Yeah, no, she doesn't talk to anyone.
And I don't want to blame her, because it's like, it's not her fault. She comes in, she's literally going to whoever her I always call them the Wranglers, but it's like whoever the person is that's like guiding them. But that's who she's going to, and I'm 100% sure they were like, we already know which press you're talking to. So there was no, like, she was right by me. She was standing right next to me. But
that's cool. She walked past me with like a bunch of security guards that look like a bunch of turtles are circling her, so I mean, you know, I got that.
Yeah, she was surrounded more. Like, Jim Parsons wasn't surrounded like she was. Like, you're right, there was a bunch of people around her, so it's just, there was no hope.
Well, I mean, you gotta keep in mind though, like, you and I are adults and everything. We're very calm around most celebrities, but like across from us were a bunch of screaming teenagers. So like that's why she had to have security, because those screaming teenagers would love to like go up and like touch her. So
they'll do that. I mean, some fans have no self-control. They'll just like go and just touch.
Exactly. No, I respect celebrities, and you know, like when we did the Let's Be Cops interview and whatnot, it was really cool because like Rob Riggle, as we were walking out, he like patted me on my shoulder. I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. So but like, I don't like, I don't touch or hug or anything.
I shake hands.
Yeah, hands are fine. Shaking hands are fine. But like, that's really cool. You get to do Jim Parsons. I forgot what I was going to ask you, but like, did you interview anyone else after that? Or was Jim Parsons like
Jim Parsons was, like I said, I couldn't even believe we got that. He passed. I was staring the publicist down, and I was like, and his security guard was really nice because he was actually like, well, she's next, and they were like, well, we have to get him to other people, and the lady was like, we'll come back to you, and they went away. And they actually told us to, like, one of the publicists told me, like, go try and chase him down. We tried that, but we just came back, and he actually had to come back and interview with Extra, and I was just staring at the publicist who said, like, they'd come back for me. And she was like, after Extra got, like, 5 questions of Jim Parsons, she was like, can you do 1 question? And I was like, yes.
Nice. That's so badass.
Yeah. And he was so sweet. He answered for like 40 seconds, and I was like, you're awesome.
Can you believe that he's 42 years old?
What?
Wait, are you just not finding out about this?
No, I don't believe you. Like,
look it up, Susan.
I'm looking it up.
The guy has like the best baby face in the world for his age. Because when I first started watching Big Bang, and like he started out when he was like,
that is crazy.
Yeah, am I right? Is he 42?
He's 42. I thought 30 maybe.
No, he's old.
Good God, he is. Well, he's probably gonna. I can't imagine what he's gonna look like when he's 60.
I know, right? He's gonna be like a Patrick Stewart, where like they don't age, and like he'll drink his Grey Earl tea every day, and like they'll completely just like look ageless. So yeah, he's 42.
Good for him.
But. So that was it? Just those 3 and stuff?
Yeah, no, once we got Jim Parsons, we were like, is there any chance Rihanna's coming back? And they're like, no, and that's all we got. I don't think, who else was on the red carpet as far as celebrities? I know there's a lot of sports people.
I know, that was really weird. I was like, you know what's really weird is like, you got to talk to all the celebrities and stuff. Everyone at the tail end got to talk to the sports guys.
That's cool. Did you talk to any sports guys?
No. Because Michael Finley was there. I don't watch enough basketball. One of the Dolphins guys was there. I don't. The football. The football I do watch. Like it's not. I don't watch the Dolphins, so like I don't know what questions to ask him.
I wouldn't even know what to. I saw Tony Romo walk by, and I was like, I don't even know what I'd ask him if he came by. We're trying to promote Home, so it's like if I'd ask him anything, it'd just be like, so are you excited to see this movie?
Well, no, like what's really weird is like he didn't even walk down the red carpet. He walked on the opposite side where the fans were. I was like, Tony, what are you doing? You're gonna get mauled. I was like, you are a brave man, sir. I would not do that. So, yeah, overall the red carpet, it was busy. I mean, yeah, I didn't get to interview them, but the people I was talking to around me they were cool and whatnot, and I was taller and bigger than everyone, so they were all pissed at me because we were all like sandwiched in, and like I'm spreading my arms like fucking Batman. I'm just like, everyone give me room, and everyone's just getting really pissed. So, so Susan did not see the movie, but she got to talk to Jim Parsons. So Taylor, if you're listening, and Taylor's my brother, he's a huge Big Bang Theory fan. Susan, right now, my guest, she got to physically talk to Jim because all I did was take a picture.
I shook his hand.
She shook his hand. So, because like I took a picture of him and I sent it to my brother, and he was like, "Oh, it's cool," and I was like, "Yeah, but it would have been cool if I interviewed him." But to each his own. Because you know what? For every interview I don't get, I get to do like a Let's Be Cops or like Mark Duplass, and that super excites me. So
that's what I always say, like, whenever, even, because I was a little bummed not even getting Rihanna and stuff, but I was so happy to get Jim Parsons, I didn't care, but I just, every time you don't, especially with red carpets, when you don't get somebody you wanted, you just think, you win some, you lose some, like, it'll make up for it.
It's going to happen, so I saw the movie. Susan, go ahead and take it away, go ahead and interview me on Home.
Yeah, well, because I know it's getting a lot of, some crap about being compared to Lilo and Stitch. Okay. Is it a complete ripoff of it, or is there more originality to it than that?
I think there's more originality to it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, right off the bat, it's actually one of my favorite DreamWorks movies that's come out in a very long time.
Okay.
Because the past 3, Turbo, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Rise of the Guardians, they've all bombed and tanked for a reason. Mm-hmm. The last good one they did was How to Train Your Dragon. So I don't think it was like Lilo and Stitch because it is different. Like the aliens come to Earth and they kind of hijack Earth, and Jim Parsons' character O runs into Tip, played by Rihanna, and they form that friendship. But so I guess if you want to compare it like Lilo and Stitch because of the friendship, I mean that's kind of an unfair statement. But I didn't really.
Okay.
No, I was just gonna say I didn't really think it was like Lilo and Stitch at all.
Yeah, so like I think they was being compared because of the whole message. It's like two outsiders and they don't feel like they belong.
Oh come on, that fucking trope has been going around Hollywood for years. That's stupid.
I know. Well, like I said, I hadn't seen it. I do want to see it though. I still want to. I had to see. I ended up watching Danny Collins instead of. It was like the same time as Home last week. But yeah, I mean, how was Rihanna though? Because this was her first big feature.
I didn't like her.
Oh.
I thought the voice casting was the biggest misstep in this entire film. And that goes with Jim Parsons, too. When Jim Parsons talks... you and I can both agree that, like, the first thing you think of is Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
And so it kind of took me about halfway through the movie to finally get used to his voice as the alien. But Rihanna... I'm going to tell you this as a guy, ladies and gentlemen... Rihanna's got a very sexy, sultry voice, and she sounds like an adult female. She's voicing a 13-year-old. It's weird. It really is fucking weird, and I thought she was a complete miscast. I didn't feel like having her do the voice added anything. The movie was almost a promotional piece for her fucking music because there was like 11 Rihanna songs in there.
Really?
She composed
the like one song.
No, she composed like the entire soundtrack. It was like littered with her. So I thought the voice casting was the hugest misstep. I mean, Steve Martin did the best job out of all of them. I guess if you want to say that, I mean, just because he was kind of kooky and stuff, and the kids liked him and stuff. And guys, you have to keep in mind, I'm 25 years old. This is aimed towards children. I try my best to review as honest as possible. I didn't think the voice casting was all that great.
What about Jennifer Lopez?
She was pointless. She had like 2 lines in the entire movie. Like, it was stupid.
Well, she's another one. They're promoting her song. Her song is good, though. I heard that song.
Yeah, I mean, really her song's fine. It's just, I think getting these big name people to do these voices that didn't really make a lick of difference, I didn't care. So,
yeah.
It just, I mean, I like the overall message to the movie, and the movie looks visually gorgeous because the movie is set on planet Earth, and sometimes I forgot I was actually watching a movie based on Earth. It looked like some random planet, and I was like, this looks awesome. I was like, oh, it's Earth, but it's visually gorgeous. The message is nice and cute for the kids and adults and stuff. The other complaint I have is it's not really funny. The humor kind of falls flat really? 90% of the time to me. I didn't really like the humor at all. One of the aspects I did like about the humor, I guess, was when the aliens were feeling sad or happy or whatever, their bodies would physically change colors to the emotions. So, like, if they were angry, they would literally go all red. If they were, like, kind of happy or whatever, it'd go all yellow. It was kind of cool. Like, I really like that when it's kind of, like, really subtle, like, changes to, like, emotions and stuff that kind of, like, just enhance it even more. So, that was kind of cool. Overall, I still really enjoyed it, and I gave it, like, a 8.5 out of 10. I still liked it. Like, there's just some problems with it, but I don't think it deserves that. What is it, like 25% of Rotten Tomatoes right now?
I was just about to check it right now. It went up. It's 41. That's why I was like, damn.
Okay, I mean 41 sounds
48.
Fuck, that's still too low. I don't understand why people. I mean, I think people have the biggest problem with like the humor and like Rihanna's voice and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe. People are in the same camp as me. I just probably enjoyed it a lot more, but it is one of my more favorite, enjoyable DreamWorks movies. But Susan, like, what are some of your favorite DreamWorks movies?
Well, I guess I would say Ants is one of them. That's for one there.
Ants
I'm trying to remember.
Is boss. I love Ants.
Ants is really great. I did love that. Trying to look up a list because I always get honestly I get DreamWorks and Pixar confused.
And
not confused. I mix them up. Like I know the difference, but it's just like I don't know which movie's which. But Ants was good. I know that it was like competing with Bugs Life, but it was totally different stories, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it really. I think people just made that comparison because they literally came out within like a year of each other, so it's understandable. Yeah. But I mean, if you really think about it, DreamWorks was actually created because Jeffrey Katzenberg left Disney to go start his own animation company. So maybe that rival was there, and maybe he made Ants to kind of strike back against Bugs Life. So I mean, I don't know. We don't know the whole story, but like it is very interesting that Katzenberg did used to work at Disney. So who knows? But what other?
Shrek is one of them.
Shrek is awesome.
Well, then Shrek is like that's one of the best ones ever.
Yeah.
So.
Any others that kind of stick out to you, DreamWorks wise? I mean, there's really not. I mean, there's a lot of them, but not really much where you want to kind of stand.
I wouldn't praise like a lot. Like I didn't. Madagascar was okay. I didn't see any Kung Fu Panda, so. I guess if I'm really hyping, it'd probably be like Shrek and Ants.
See, I'm kind of like in the same boat as you. It's when you look at DreamWorks' slate, yeah, it's impressive on how many movies they made, but as far as like superior quality, like a Pixar, there's only like a handful of them. I agree with you. Ants is I actually like it more than a Bug's Life, even though Bug's Life is awesome and Kevin Spacey as a fucking ant is awesome. But like Shrek was like the first major commercial success for DreamWorks. Mm-hmm. That thing took it to a whole nother level, and I love the first Shrek. It's a very cool spin on fairy tales. And then if I had to pick a third one, it'd probably be How to Train Your Dragon. I really like that one. Did you like that movie?
I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon?
No.
Maybe
it never appealed to me. I guess I need to get on that one.
Yeah,
that's another one people rave about, and they say they cry and stuff. So I'm like,
I would highly suggest that one. If I had to pick any other DreamWorks movie after Shrek, it would be that one.
That one, yeah.
So I would highly suggest that you see How to Train Your Dragon. It's a really cool, refreshing story. It's visually gorgeous. Like, holy shit. Jonah Hill, Jay Baruchel, and is it Kristen Bell? Who's got a voice? I forgot, but like there's like so many comedians' voices in it. It's just, I don't know. I like Jay Baruchel's voice for like kind of like that squeaky hero that's like, you know, I'm kind of nervous or whatever. So I really enjoyed it, and like when I walked out of there, I was like, wow, thank you DreamWorks, thank you for that. But I don't know. When we get to the box office results, I'll tell you the numbers for Home and stuff and see how it's tracking and stuff. But I don't think DreamWorks is going to last much longer. I really don't. I think it's going to tank in the future.
It doesn't make the hits that Pixar makes. Like, it just doesn't. Like,
exactly.
It can't. And it's shocking. I don't know. Shrek is probably the only one that's really made. Well, How to Train Your Dragon's done pretty well, but like you said, I think it's just Shrek's been the only one that they can proudly has like their trophy, basically. Yeah,
I just don't think they're going to make it. Like, I think with the competitive market of like Pixar, Sony Animation, Blue Studios that makes the Rio movies and the Ice Age movies, you have Disney. You still have Disney hand-drawn animation, which, you know, they do Wreck-It Ralph and Big Hero 6. So, I mean, it's so crowded. You have to stand out, and DreamWorks is getting pummeled right now. So, I don't know, guys. I still enjoyed Home for what it was. I told you my issues with it. I still really liked it. If you have a kid, you'll probably... I mean, I don't have any kids, so like when I go to these children's movies, like I kind of just have to maybe, if I was a kid or whatever, if I would enjoy it. I'm gonna be honest. I think your kids might get bored a little bit. That's only because I think the humor falls flat most of the time. But I think visually it's still enticing and stuff, and it's got a really good message for kids at the end about home and, you know, having that family and stuff. So, you know, it's still the most enjoyable one, especially after the past 4 years. So, you know, I recommend it, but if you're kind of still cautious on it, matinee price. So, you know, that would be my final thoughts on Home. So, that will do it for the main portion, guys. That is my Home review. Susan was talking how she got to interview Jim Parsons and Tim Johnson and stuff. So, and we talked about DreamWorks movies. So, like, I'm curious, what are you guys' favorite DreamWorks movies? Comment in the place to rub my voice and let me know. And if you even want to see Home, at all. And when I go over the box office results, maybe you understand why people actually do want to see it. So let's do that, Susan. Now, before we got on, I told her, did she know what the top 5 were for the weekend? She did not. So this is completely off the cuff. She is going to guess the top 5 for box office results for the weekend. And I've got the answers right here on my phone. So, Susan, take it away. Go from number 5 to number 1.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I've got 3 in my head as far as movies even go. I can't remember what are all the, like, other big movies that have come out? I'm trying to think.
Let's see. You have The Gunman.
What?
You have Run All Night, Kingsman, Cinderella, Insurgent.
Okay, I'm going to go Cinderella number 5.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say... Totally. The Gunsman number 4, maybe. That's probably a terrible guess. I'm going to go... Get Hard number 3, Insurgent number 2, and Home number 1.
You got 1 out of 5 correct.
So
you got 1 out of 5 correct. So, all right. So here's the top 5. So number 5, this actually surprised me, but in a good way. It Follows. The horror film. So
I didn't think it'd make it.
I didn't either, because last week it came in at number 19th, so it jumped up to 5. So I'm super excited for it. It's
gonna bump word of mouth. It's opening in more theaters, so it's gonna do it.
That movie is tracking so well with word of mouth. It's like a Kingsman almost. It's having so much momentum. Yeah. I'm super excited, and just to let you guys know, Kingsman actually did come in at number 6, so it actually got bumped out for the first time in like 2 months.
Kingsman's so good.
It's so good. I'm really glad that it did stay in the top 5 for like so long. So, It Follows number 5.
One of the few good ones.
Yeah, like there's only a handful of good ones out there, guys. And Kingsman and It Follows are it. Being honest with you guys. So, It Follows made $4 million this weekend, and its budget is unknown. So right now, domestically, no worldwide numbers. It's just $4.7 million, so that's actually kind of good for a small independent film, so I'm kind of happy for it. So number 4, Cinderella, with $17 million, and its budget is $95, with a domestic haul of $150 and a worldwide of $281, and the rule is you got to double the budget to break even. So you double 95, you're hitting about, what is that, 190 million to break even, and you're making 280 worldwide already. Yeah, you're doing pretty good. You're making this shit.
I like Cinderella.
Did you like it? I didn't see it.
Oh, well, see, no, I thought it was good. If you saw Maleficent, which was terrible,
I hated that one.
I hated it so bad, and I keep saying that Cinderella washed that bad taste of Maleficent out of my mouth.
It's just, Maleficent's like, we know her as the bad mother effer from Sleeping Beauty.
Evil.
Exactly, and it's like, oh, let's humanize her. Let's make her human and make her understand. No! She's a fucking villain! Like,
she's bad. You don't take one of the most evil Disney characters that, like, that's what we know about her. I could understand showing her nice in the beginning and then go evil, but what? And then they made, like, her dad evil.
It's dumb.
It was terrible. It was so beyond bad.
Yeah, so dumb. And you know Disney, when you're on your like slew of live action adaptations, if you make Ursula a wimpy sponge in the water, I will come after you. Okay, just stop it.
Or like Gaston's gonna be the hero in the Beauty and the Beast live action or something like that. Like, no.
Can you imagine it? Like, he comes in.
The classic Disney films for a reason. Like, don't change characters like that. That's just cruel. You're trying to ruin my childhood.
Exactly. Like, we grew up on these movies. Like, do not do that. Like, can you imagine if Gaston, like, he like,
ends up with Belle?
He burst into like the ballroom, whatever. He punches the Beast in the mouth, and he's just like, "Sit down, asshole." And then she's like, "Oh, I love you so much, Gaston." It's like the end. It's like, what?
That's basically what Maleficent did to us. Like, that's what it did. And at least Cinderella stays true to the Disney cartoon.
Okay.
And that's why I appreciate it.
Okay, so you know what? With that being said, I'll check it out. But you're right, Maleficent can suck a D. So number 3, Insurgent.
Okay,
so,
I almost said 3 for Insurgent. I hated Get Hard so bad I didn't want to give it number 2.
Yeah, but you don't know if it's number 1 though. It could be home, but you know we'll get to that in just a second. Insurgent came in at number 3 with 22 million, and right now, domestically it's got 86, and worldwide it's got 133. Its budget is 110. Double that, you need 220 to break even. This movie's still got $100 million to go just to break even.
Damn, I don't know if it's gonna do it.
No, that's really bad. And who does the Divergent movies? Is it Lionsgate?
Yeah, it's Lionsgate or Summit.
Summit, okay.
Summit.
Okay, Summit. If you're listening to this, listen to me carefully. Do not split Allegiant into 2 fucking movies.
I think it is.
It is, and I'm telling you right now with these numbers, no one wants to see 2 parts of that movie. Just wrap it up and just move on. You are not Hunger Games. You're not that. So just stop it.
Yep.
So dumb.
If they make the money, they'll do it, but they should just make it 1 movie.
They should. Like, it's so... Like, I understand the Hunger Games, because he makes a shit ton of money, but the Divergent movies, like, they're barely skating by on profit. Like, you do not need to split... Oh, it gives me a headache. It's just... Listen, I understand if you shoot both parts back-to-back, yes, it's less money, it's less expensive, but you're really just going to piss off audience members, because, like, as much as I love Mockingjay Part 1, it was all build-up. And then the Part 2 is going to be nothing but payoff, and it's going to be like, there was really no ramp-up. So, I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, Harry Potter is the only one that could get away with it, because that book was, like, as tall as a tower. So, I mean, Part 2 shit just needs to stop. So, what came in at number 2? And what came in at number 1? Susan, what was your answers again? Well, I mean, you said number 2 was Insurgent.
I still say Home's number 1. I still say Home.
Okay. Number 2. Get Hard. So Get Hard came in at number 2.
Which is too high for it.
But when I tell you the number, you're going to be kind of shocked. It made $34 million. That's kind of really high for an R-rated comedy just coming out of nowhere. So, it made $34 million. Its budget is 40, so it needs to make 80 to break even. I think with Kevin Hart's like celebrity stature, I think it will propel it to profit, but it's going to be a very, very long time. Just because 80 million from 34, that's a long way to go. And you know, as the weeks progress, and guys, listen, Furious 7's coming out this Friday. It's going to dominate, and it's going to take away so much box office. Yeah, so I mean, like,
it's estimated to make like 150 or 105 or something.
It's crazy. Like, listen, if your movie didn't do well this week, forget about it. It's going to do terrible next week. So I mean, I don't know if Get Hard will get its money back, to be honest with you. But I mean, I didn't like it at all. And I was at the South by Southwest premiere, and it would just, guys, I like comedies, I really do, but when Kevin Hart is the best thing about your movie, and he's not even the main character, it kind of... It's, okay, number 1 is Home. Susan?
Yeah.
How much do you think it made?
$100 million.
Quite lower than that.
I just threw it out there. 50. I don't know.
That's really close. 54.
Oh, okay.
So Home made $54 million this weekend, guys. It came in at number 1. Right now, domestically, it's got $54 million. Worldwide, it's got $79. But here's the kicker. Its budget, $135. Double that.
Really?
It needs $270 to break even.
Why are animated films so expensive? It's like that much for the animation?
Yeah. And, you know what's really strange is that, like, the Tangled, 2010, it was computer animated. I think budget was like $260, so it needed like $510 or $520 to break even. Is
God,
that?
I hope it did it. I like that movie.
No, yeah, no, it made a shit ton of money because like they went from Tangled to Wreck-It Ralph and then Frozen, and each movie like gained momentum. But like,
yeah,
with Home's bad reviews, I don't think it matters because the fact that it made $54 million this opening weekend with families and stuff, I think it will stick around for next weekend because, guys, Furious 7, I'm super excited for it, but it's not a family movie. Home is the only animated movie out right now, so I think it will still continue to do well. But as far as everything else goes, your movie's done. I'm sorry, but like Furious 7 is going to dominate for at least 2 weekends. So that's true. Yeah, that's the. Are you excited for Furious 7?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see Paul Walker, stuff like that. The movies are like okay to me. I don't know. I'm not like wowed by it like a lot of people are.
I mean, I like it. The whole
they're
like
fun.
Yeah, no, the whole series is like one of my favorite guilty pleasures. It's just because they're so ridiculous and so much fun. And I am like, it is sad to like see Paul Walker go because I've said like beyond the Fast and Furious movies, he's actually a pretty good actor. My favorite one he's ever done was did you ever see Running Scared?
No, I didn't see that one.
That one is my favorite one he's ever done. He plays like this guy that takes or like he had like a gun inside of his house and he's running away from like mobsters or whatever, and his son's friend that lives next door comes into the house, takes the gun, and so Paul Walker and the kid have to like go on this like road trip to like try to like get rid of the gun and stuff. So it's really gritty, really hard R. Like I'm talking, I think it comes in at number 8 with the most F words used. It's like 400 something. Yeah, it's a lot, and it's really graphic and violent, but I like it. It's so gritty and stuff. So rest in peace, Paul Walker. But I can't wait to see your final outing in Furious 7. But guys, that will do it for this week. That was a long fucking episode.
Was it?
Yeah, an hour, and we're going an hour and 16 minutes.
Jeez.
So, yeah, that's one of the longer ones for sure. But then, when I have a guest on, guys, like, you want to talk to him and stuff, and time slips away. It's just it's okay. You don't have to call the cops on me. I will still be your friend, but just don't do that. So. That's it for the show, guys. I want to thank Susan for coming on. So, where can the peeps find you online?
So you can follow me on Twitter at thischicksflix, and then I have my website, which is just thischicksflix.com, or you can go to ictn.tv and look at me there, or just look me up on YouTube because a lot of my stuff is on YouTube as well.
Yeah. So listen, guys, I am not joking. I only follow 2 people in the Dallas realm, and it is her and Big Fanboy. So if I follow him, you can trust me on this one. So please follow her, guys. I'll put her Twitter in the link below, so you can go follow her there. So like I said before, if you are available, would you be willing to come on and we can talk about Diff?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I did it last year, and I talked about myself about Diff about like 14 different movies. It kind of got a little tiring because I was like, I kind of wish someone else saw it and kind of go back and forth. Like, what if that person liked it and I hated it or whatever? So, like, if you are available, I will ask you. And if you want to come on, if not, and you want to, do something better, like stare at a wall, I understand. Shit happens. It's okay. I'm not going to get offended. But, no, seriously, guys, she's really cool. Please go follow her. So, with that being said, if you would like to follow me on Spreaker here, you can follow me on Spreaker. You can get updates when I do these things live, post them, whatever. If you want to follow me on my Twitter, it's at RealChaseLee, all one word. Facebook.com/RealReviewsWithChaseLee. Get that thing a like. And if you want to follow my YouTube channel for antics and stupid shit, there's podcast reviews, short films, web series, you name it. There's a lot of stuff that will keep you occupied while you're on the toilet. So, that's youtube.com/Shabotnik75, capital S, lowercase HABOTNIK 75. I'm also on iHeartRadio. You can find me on there. Spread it around. Spread this show around like a disease, guys. But in the best way possible. So, next week is April 5th, and I'll probably do I'll probably do Furious 7, guys. I'll probably review that for you guys and talk about the news, trailers, and whatnot. So, Susan, I want to thank you one last time for coming on. And
thank you.
No problem.
That was fun.
Hopefully I didn't scare you away too much, and you're not going to call the cops afterwards. I mean, most people, most guests do. It's okay.
Okay.
So if you do, just make sure you don't say my real name. So thank you guys for listening. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys listening every single week. Next week, Furious 7. Thank you for listening this week. This has been Real Me and Colin, a movie podcast. I'm Chase Lee. That is Susan, and you should go follow her, like I said. So see you guys next week. Bye-bye.